Well, we've made it to October here in our Alabama rose garden, and I thought I'd share with you a few things that are blooming this week. This is Altissmo. It's a beautiful red, large flowered climbing rose. It was a gift from a friend, and we weren't really sure what the name of it was, and we were able to identify it as Altissmo, a climbing rose. This is a very fragrant bloom of Francis Meilland, new hybrid tea introduced by the Kennard Pyle Company and Star Roses. It's a very fragrant, very beautiful rose. It's the 2013 All-America Rose Selections winner. It's the first hybrid tea tested under no spray conditions, and we don't spray this rose in our garden, and it's done very, very well. We have some very vibrant colors of Betty Boop Floribunda. This is another single rose that we have in our garden. You can see just the richness of color on this rose, and we feed them regularly with Annie Haven's Moo Poo tea that conditions the soil and makes for very vibrant blooms in the fall. This is Betty Boop. This is a bloom of Pope John Paul II blooming in our garden this week. It's a very pretty white hybrid tea. It is fragrant. My only complaint is that it has not very strong stems, but it is a very beautiful fragrant rose. Pope John Paul II hybrid tea. This is a bloom of Iceberg, a fairly large shrub of Iceberg in the center of our garden, and it's producing some very pretty white blooms. Several of our white roses are blooming this week. This is Iceberg, a Floribunda. I can tell you that when we planted these dinner plate dahlia tubers, we never expected them to grow so large, but they definitely have. We see at the 6-foot fence level of a very large dahlia in bloom back against the fence, and we're going to try these again next year, probably in a different location. This is the yellow dinner plate dahlia. We have another white rose in bloom today. It is Moondance Floribunda. You can see it sort of has a cream yellow center. A very beautiful rose in our garden. Moondance Floribunda. This is a rose that was planted earlier this year in our garden. It's Gemini hybrid tea. Beautiful form on this rose. Exhibition quality blooms, and it's a very nice disease resistant shrub. This is Gemini hybrid tea. So a few blooms of Floribunda, pink Floribunda that's blooming in our garden. This is Our Lady of Guadalupe. You can see Mr. Bumblebee is having a good time with this rose today. Very beautiful rose. This is Our Lady of Guadalupe, Floribunda. We see here a magnificent bloom of First Prize hybrid tea. This was one of the top exhibition roses for over 20 years. It's a beautiful hybrid tea we have growing in a pot. First Prize hybrid tea. And we leave you today with some blooms from some of our David Austin roses. This is a Mary rose. As you can see, we're having quite a little flush of bloom here. Have 2 shrubs of Mary rose. It was the first rose to bloom in our garden this year, and looks like it will be the last one as well. Beautiful, brilliant yellow stamens on this rose. This is Mary rose, a David Austin introduction. And finally, a very fragrant bloom of a brand new rose in our garden, Winchester Cathedral. Another David Austin English rose. I hope you've enjoyed this, our last garden walk of the year. Hope you'll visit us online